Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about compact 4x4s on the planet, the 2026 Suzuki Jimny. This might look like a small SUV, but don't let its size fool you. It's a tough, rugged, and extremely capable machine built for adventure and exploration. Whether you're curious about its design, its on-road and off-road performance, interior comfort, or the value it offers for the price, we've got you covered in this detailed review. When you first see the 2026 Jimny, its exterior makes a striking impression. The design is unapologetically boxy and purposeful, a classic look that has become iconic in its own right. Suzuki has kept true to the Jimny's heritage with its squared-off silhouette, pronounced wheel arches, and upright stance that screams rugged capability. The front end is simple but bold, with round LED headlights flanking a chunky grille and a short, stubby bumper that enhances its tough character. These design elements aren't just for show, they speak to the Jimny's off-the-road nature, giving it short overhangs that help on steep inclines and declines when the going gets rough. IDRSS !1/2 Carbo.co.uk+1. From the side, the Jimny's proportions are unmistakable. Its compact footprint makes it incredibly nimble and easy to maneuver in tight urban spaces, yet its relatively high ride height and boxy form hint at serious off-the-road intent. The squared wheel arches sit atop chunky 15-inch tires designed to tackle a range of terrain, and that narrow track helps the Jimny squeeze through trails where bigger off-roaders simply can't go. Little touches like the exposed door hinges and minimalist side moldings maintain that utilitarian vibe. This isn't a luxury SUV disguised as an off-roader, it's a real deal 4x4. IDRSS !1/2 Pack wheels. At the rear, the Jimny carries the same purposeful design philosophy. The tail is vertical and compact, with the side-mounted spare tire on the tailgate, a classic Ford WD aesthetic that also saves space inside. The rear bumper is no-nonsense and functional, and the upright rear window helps maximize visibility. As tiny as this SUV looks, it has presence, and that presence gets attention whether you're parked downtown or out in the wilderness. Slide inside, and you'll find that the interior is just as honest and functional as the exterior. The Jimny doesn't try to fool you with soft-touch materials or fancy trim, instead, it doubles down on simplicity and durability. The dashboard is straightforward and uncluttered, with hard plastics everywhere you look and large physical knobs for climate control and other essentials. That might sound basic, but this is intentional. Everything here is easy to use even when you're wearing gloves, and things are designed to stand up to rough use without worrying about scratching up expensive materials. IDRSS !1/2 Car sauce. One of the biggest upgrades for the 2026 model is the new 90-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which brings wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility as standard. It's a significant improvement over prior units, and while the audio system itself can feel a bit tinny, the interface is responsive and modern enough for everyday use. You'll also find the new digital speedometer in the instrument cluster that displays useful trip information and can be controlled via steering wheel buttons, another welcome addition to this no-nonsense cabin. IDRSS !1/2 Car sauce. The seating position gives you a commanding view of the road thanks to the high ride height, and the front seats, while not luxury chairs, offer enough comfort for daily commuting or long weekend adventures. Space in the back is limited, especially in the 3-door version, but adults can still sit there for shorter trips without feeling completely boxed in. Boot space with the rear seats up is modest, making it ideal for weekend gear, backpacks, or camping equipment, and folding the rear seats down transforms the cargo area into something genuinely useful. IDRSS !1/2 Carbo.co.uk+1. Under the bonnet, the Jimny carries over Suzuki's Trita and a true 1.5-liter naturally aspirated petrol engine. This 4-cylinder unit produces around 101 horsepower and 130 Nm of torque, figures that aren't impressive on paper when compared to modern SUVs, but in the Jimny's lightweight chassis they're enough to keep it moving with confidence. You can choose between a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic gearbox, and both feed power into a part-time 4-wheel drive system with a low-range transfer case that's perfect for serious off-the-road work. IDRSS !1/2 Gary.Park. On paved roads, the Jimny reminds you that it's built for someplace else. The suspension is designed for articulation and grip over rough terrain, not for smoothing out potholes or absorbing highway bumps. Body roll is noticeable around corners, and at higher speeds wind noise becomes a factor thanks to that upright design. The 4-speed automatic can feel dated when cruising on highways, with noticeable engine noise and a sense that the Jimny is working harder than it should to maintain speed. Real-world fuel economy in mixed driving tends to sit around the mid-8 to low 9 liters per 100 kilometers, which isn't the most efficient compared to modern crossovers. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Car sauce. In town and urban driving, the Jimny shines in its own way. Its compact size and excellent turning circle make parking and navigating tight streets incredibly easy. The high seating position gives you great visibility over traffic, and the part-time four-wheel drive system engages easily when you need extra traction on wet or slippery roads. Adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and hill descent control are available depending on trim level, adding a layer of safety tech that modern drivers will appreciate even if the overall cabin experience remains simple and utilitarian. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Car sales. Now let's talk about the fun part, off-the-road performance. This is where the Jimny earns its reputation and the reason many enthusiasts choose it over bigger SUVs. Its ladder frame chassis, rigid axles front and rear, and class-leading approach, breakover, and departure angles give it real capability in mud, rocks, and steep trails. When you drop the transfer case into low range and let the four-wheel drive system take over, the Jimny's lightweight and compact dimensions help it pick lines through terrain that would make many larger 4x4s struggle. The traction control system intelligently manages wheel spin, and the hill descent control takes the worry out of steep downhill sections. In challenging off-the-road conditions, the Jimny becomes a miniature rock crawler, confident, composed, and capable. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 car sauce. Nothing in this class offers this kind of pure off-the-road character for the price and size. It's an experience that has few true rivals, and that's where the Jimny really stands apart from the crowd. In terms of pricing, while exact figures vary by market, the Jimny generally sits in the mid-range of compact SUVs. Not cheap, but reasonable considering its heritage and capability. In some regions, prices start from around the equivalent of $34,000 for well-equipped models. And in markets like Pakistan, the off-the-road price for base models can hover around PKR 6 million depending on variant and dealer pricing, though this can vary significantly with taxes and import costs. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Car sales plus one. It's worth noting that while the Jimny has a cult-like following, its popularity sometimes means waiting lists and strong demand that can push actual selling prices higher than the official list price. So, what's the final verdict? The 2026 Suzuki Jimny isn't for everyone. It isn't refined, it isn't plush, and it won't win any awards for luxury or highway comfort. But it does something that almost no other SUV in its class can. It delivers genuine 4x4 capability wrapped in a compact, charismatic package that's easy to live with on a daily basis, and even better when you take it off the beaten path. If your heart beats for adventure, trail runs, and a vehicle that feels alive when the tarmac ends, the Jimny is a machine that will put a smile on your face. If you need a smooth highway cruiser or familiar-friendly SUV with lots of space, there may be better options. But for what it was designed to do, the Jimny is one of the most compelling choices on the market today. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2. Carwo.co.uk plus one. Thanks for watching this detailed breakdown on the 2026 Suzuki Jimny. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more car reviews right here on CarScope. Let us know in the comments when you take the Jimny on your next adventure.